Welcome to a brand new GameCube collection update, and this is one you are not going to want to miss because I have a lot of awesome stuff to show you guys today for the GameCube collection and some really interesting numbers to share with you at the end of the video. So for those of you who are new to the channel and may not know this, I am going for a complete US Black Label retail release set of GameCube games for the second time after selling my original collection of Retro Rick back in January 2022, except this time I'm trying to build up the entire collection complete in box without spending over 50% of market value. So I'm going to go over all the GameCube games I've bought and other GameCube related items since the last update video, and then at the end I'm going to tell you about the numbers, which are going to be very exciting. Let's kick things off with Game Jam South. Game Jam South is an awesome video game convention in Huntsville, Alabama, run by an awesome dude named Ty, co-run by Austin from Southeast Game Exchange. I got a pretty good stack of GameCube games from Game Jam South, as well as something really awesome I'm going to show you here in just a second. But first off, let's kick things off with a gift. A buddy of mine named Andrew that lives in Japan, and oftentimes he'll have family members run a booth at some of these conventions and sell games, and he gifted me a while back a Japanese copy of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. While I was at Game Jam South, his mother stopped me and said that he texted her and told her I could pick out any Japanese GameCube game to have as a gift, which was very, very kind. Andrew, if you're watching this, brother, I really appreciate your kindness. And the game that I got was the Japanese version of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. Now, another gift, a supporter of the channel stopped me at Game Jam South and he gifted me something that I didn't even know existed, and that is this Star Wars Rebel Strike Rogue Squadron 3 limited edition preview disc, not for resale. Yeah, I had no idea this thing even existed. He said he found it at a yard sale for like $1 and he wanted to give it to me. So if you're watching this, really appreciate it. That was very nice of you, and this is staying in the collection. And I walked out of Game Jam South with 6 GameCube games, and those games are Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, WrestleMania X8, Crazy Taxi, Bionicle, Metal Gear Solid The Twin Snakes, and Meet the Robinsons. But the craziest GameCube related item that I picked up at Game Jam South is this thing. Let me grab it. I got this Japanese exclusive GameCube holder case from Japan. It is orange and purple. This is an extremely rare and expensive item, and I nabbed it for 150 bucks. Next up is Korgs-Con, which is an awesome one-day game convention in Columbus, Ohio. I'll leave the information for Korgs-Con in the description down below. Highly encourage you to check it out if you're in the Columbus area. Let's kick things off with a couple of Japanese GameCube games that I got for $4 a piece, complete in box, and those games are Donkey Kong Jungle Beat and Universal Studios Japan. Now, I racked up on GameCube games at Korgs. I walked out of Korgs with 14 new complete in box GameCube games for the collection, and those games are The Haunted Mansion, Soul Calibur 2, Rocky, Midway Arcade Treasures 3, Drone Racers, Rogue Ops, Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2, Crash Nitro Kart, Puyo Pop Fever, Harvest Moon Magical Melody, FIFA 07 Soccer, NBA Street Volume 2, TMNT, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I went down to my local game store, the Game Shack, and my good friend Randy that runs the game store had a GameCube game that I needed for the collection, and that was BMX XXX, which has actually gone up in price quite a bit. And I was in there filming with Jared from Retro Gaming Pandemic, and Randy actually gifted me that copy of BMX XXX. I was not expecting that, Randy. I know you're watching this, man, so I really appreciate the gift. That game is going in the collection, it's staying in the collection, and you really helped a GameCube collector out. So folks, if you're ever in the Dunlap, Tennessee area, make sure you check out the Game Shack. It's one of the best retro game stores in Tennessee. Next up, I went to a convention for the first time that I've never gone to, and that's called Game Central Station in Winder, Georgia, ran by my good friends Shane and Tony. And let me tell you something, this was an awesome game convention. It was a 2-day convention, and they're doing another one this year on December 9th and 10th. I'll leave a link to their Facebook page in the description down below so that you can learn more. Highly encourage you to go check it out. It's an awesome event, and I'll be there on December 9th on that Saturday. But I walked out of Game Central Station with 6 6 complete box GameCube games I needed for the collection, and those games are NFL Blitz 2002, Cell Damage, Ice Age 2 The Meltdown, NBA Street, Hulk, and Super Mario Sunshine, which I actually bought from Phoenix Resale. Alright, next up we're going to get to what I picked up at Southeast Game Exchange 2023, and it's a lot of awesome stuff you're not going to want to miss. But before we get to that, we do have a sponsor for today's video, so let's go ahead and cut to that. I want to take a quick minute to tell you guys about the sponsor of today's video, Hims. Hims provides an easy and affordable way to access medications, products, and medical advice from licensed medical providers for difficult to discuss topics such as sexual health, hair loss needs, and mental health. Hims makes the process of getting help with these issues simple, discreet, and 100% online to help men overcome their hesitancy to take the first step towards better help. Many of us have varying degrees of mental health problems we face daily, such as stress, anxiety, sleep issues, and more, and at 4hims.com you can have access to providers with no office visits or insurance required, and if you are prescribed any medication, it will be sent to you with free shipping in discreet packaging. Find the support you need for treating your mental health and more in one place at 4hims.com, and if you click the link below, you will get a free assessment and can get started today. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Thank you, Hims, for sponsoring today's video. Back to the pickups. I got a lot of really good stuff at Southeast Game Exchange 2023. Now, for those of you who don't know what Southeast Game Exchange is, it is literally one of the best retro game conventions in the country. I got this really awesome GameCube coaster, custom made by Adam, aka the Retro Beard, so be sure and check him out on Instagram. Had a couple of gifts given to me at Southeast Game Exchange, one of which was this awesome sticker. This is a Metroid Prime sticker from 2002, and it was given to me from Mondane. Another gift was a Japanese GameCube game, and that was from Brett, who is on Instagram, Coach Brett Owens, and Brettro Games. He streams on Twitch, and he also is a fitness expert that has his own business where he can help you with your fitness goals. And that gift was the Japanese version of Doshin the Giant, which never released in the United States. I also picked up another Japanese GameCube game which never released in the United States, and that game is Warrior Blade. I picked up a heavy hitter from Marcello over at GameCube Galaxy, one of the best GameCube channels on YouTube, link in the description down below. And I got this for him for a really cheap price because he can't get the disc to work. So I'm gonna see if I can get the disc to work, but that game is Skies of Arcadia Legends. Now this next stack of games I got almost without spending any money out of pocket because Saturn Steve came by my booth and bought a big stack of Nintendo Powers from me at SEGE, and I took that money and put all that money towards these GameCube games. So this entire stack of GameCube games, I only spent $5 out of my own pocket, and those games are 007 From Russia with Love, Monster 4x4 Masters of Metal, SX Superstar, Die Hard Vendetta, Amazing Island, Freestyle Street Soccer, Swingers Golf, Vex, Super Monkey Ball Adventure, Reign of Fire, and a game I ended up spending $5 out of pocket was Mario Golf on the GameCube, which I bought from my friend Travis over at Woodman Classics. The last item for the GameCube that I picked up from Southeast Game Exchange is also one of the coolest things I picked up in a long time, something I never thought I would find, and that is this Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker bobblehead. This bobblehead is super difficult to find, and I paid $100 for it. The sticker price was $125, got it down to $100, and this bobblehead is listed on eBay for anywhere from $200 to $300 bucks, and there's only a few listings, and this one is in really good condition. Speaking of bobbleheads, when I got back from Southeast Game Exchange, I realized there's a few more GameCube bobbleheads that I'm missing for the collection, so I went ahead and went on eBay and bought this GameCube Kobe Bryant bobblehead. You guys know I try to buy as many games as I can in person on camera for the GameCube collection, but every now and then I buy some from other places like Whatnot, for example. So I managed to pick up one game on Whatnot, and thanks to a lot of you guys watching this channel right now that supported me, I was able to get Zoid's Battle Legends on Whatnot for only spending $14.41, and this is like a $50 to $60 game complete. Now, how was I able to do that? Well, it's very simple. I have a invite link, and I will leave it in the description down below. You can click this link and join Whatnot. If you've never joined Whatnot, click my invite link down below. When you join Whatnot using my link, you get a free $10 credit towards a purchase on Whatnot, and when you spend anything from that $10 credit, I also get $10 for referring you to the app and getting a sale on the app. So this is a great way for you to support the channel, because any credits that I get from your Whatnot purchases using your free $10 credit go towards buying a GameCube game for the collection. And finally, last but not least, was the Southern Fried Gaming Expo in Atlanta, Georgia. First time I had ever gone to this convention. It is a huge, all weekend long convention, tons of stuff to do, but this was the first year they've really had a big vendor presence. So we went there, and I actually managed to get a lot more GameCube stuff than I was expecting. We went by one booth, and this one booth had a bunch of Japanese stuff and some American stuff, but everything on this booth was $10 a piece, but if you buy 5 items, you get 1 free. So I managed to get 6 complete in box Japanese GameCube games for $50. And those games are Donkey Konga 3, which never released in the US, Naruto Clash of Ninja 2, Naruto 4, which never released in the US, this game, which is called Jikyo Pawafuru Puro Yakyu 9. And obviously this never released in the US. And I also got Mario Party 4 and Mario Party 5. But in addition to that, I managed to walk out of Southern Fried Gaming Expo with 8 complete in box GameCube games that I needed for the collection. And those games are Spartan Total Warrior, Spyro A Hero's Tale, which I bought from Saturn Steve, Disney Sports Soccer, Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse, Splinter Cell Double Agent, Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island, All-Star Baseball 2004, and 18-wheeler American Pro Trucker. So like I told you guys, I've gotten a lot of GameCube stuff since the last GameCube collection update, and a lot of these GameCube games I didn't spend any of my own personal income for, because a lot of these GameCube games I was able to buy using profits on the side from reselling. So a lot of these GameCube games I spent $0 on. So with that being said, let me go over with you the numbers and how they're looking right now. So I now have 404 complete in box Black Label GameCube games, leaving me with 147 left to complete the set that I am going for. My GameCube collection currently has a rough estimated value of around $8,369. Since January 2022, I've spent $4,831, which means I've spent around 42% of market value. So I am still well under that 50% threshold that I'm striving for, and that is a savings of around $3,538. It's probably gonna be a little while to the next GameCube collection update, probably closer to the end of the year. I'll have a final end of the year update.